Breyer's stablemates Penny. Chapter 1. The Test. It was the day of Princess Isabella's coronation. She would become the queen that night. Everyone in the kingdom was busy. They were cleaning, cooking, and planning a big parade. But the princess was worried. "What if I'm not a good queen?" Isabella asked her fairy godmother. "If you pass the test, you will be," said her fairy godmother. "Do not worry." "What test?" asked Isabella. Her fairy godmother handed her a scroll. "This is your quest. Search trees, water, and sand. Look for 12 jewels, shiny and grand. This is your test. Be helpful, wise, and kind. Then as a true queen, your jeweled crown you will find." Isabella went to the royal stable. Which horse should she pick? The biggest? The fastest? Then Isabella saw her beloved Shetland pony, Penny. Penny wasn't the fastest horse in the stable, and he wasn't the biggest, but he was the smartest of them all, and Isabella liked him the best. Chapter 2. The Enchanted Woods. Isabella saddled Penny and climbed onto his back. Penny trotted down the hill away from the castle and toward the forest. He and Isabella went into the enchanted woods. The woods were dark and cool. Penny had to walk slowly. They did not see the crown anywhere. Soon they were lost among the trees. Which way should they go? Isabella looked all around. Penny looked all around too. He was hungry. He started to eat some leaves on a tree. Just then Isabella saw a baby bird on the ground. "Oh no," Isabella said. "We have to help him." Isabella and Penny looked up into the tree and saw a nest, so Isabella got off of her pony. She picked up the baby bird. She climbed onto Penny's back and stood up in the stirrups. Penny held very still. Isabella put the baby bird back into the nest. Then she noticed something shiny. 3 emeralds. She picked them out of the nest. She jumped down to show them to Penny. He whinnied. She put the emeralds into Penny's saddlebags. Together they rode out of the woods. Chapter 3. Shimmer River. The sun was warm. Soon it felt hot. Isabella was glad when they came to Shimmer River. Cold water rushed downstream, but there was no crown and no bridge. "We will have to ride across," the princess said. The rocks were slippery. Penny was having trouble walking across them. "Wait," Isabella said to Penny. "I will walk too, and it will be easier for you." Isabella jumped down from Penny's back. Whoops! Splash! Isabella slipped and fell into the river, but Penny was there. He put his head into the water and pulled Isabella out. On the shore, Isabella hugged Penny. "Thank you, my dear friend," she said. Penny nuzzled her wet hair. Something shiny fell out. It was a blue sapphire. Penny nuzzled her hair again. 2 more shiny sapphires dropped into her hands. "Good work, Penny," Isabella said. "Now we only have to find 6 more jewels." Chapter 4. Dusty Desert. The sun got hotter and hotter. Soon there was no shade at all. "Look at all this sand," the princess said. They had reached Dusty Desert. Isabella and Penny were very thirsty, but there was no water to drink. Penny stopped at a cactus with red flowers. He whinnied loudly and stamped his hooves. Isabella used her sword to open the cactus stem. Inside was water and 3 shiny rubies. They were as red as the cactus flowers. Isabella put the rubies in Penny's saddlebags. She shared the water with her pony. "Good boy, Penny," she said. Chapter 5. The Mountain. Penny and Isabella crossed the desert. They saw a large mountain ahead of them. It was getting dark now, and it was very cold. Isabella saw a cave and rode up to it. She got off of Penny to look at it. The cave was too small for Penny to enter. Isabella was cold. She did not want to leave Penny outside, but Penny didn't mind the cold. He was fat and had a heavy coat. He pushed Isabella into the cave with his nose. Inside, Isabella looked around. She saw a shiny spot on one wall. When she touched it, 3 diamonds fell into her hands. Suddenly, she heard a loud pop outside. She stepped outside of the cave. Her fairy godmother stood near Penny, holding a crown. "May I please have the jewels, Isabella?" asked her fairy godmother. Isabella gave them to her fairy godmother, who placed them in a crown. "You passed the test, Isabella," said her fairy godmother. "You were wise when you picked Penny to join you on your quest. You were helpful when you put the baby bird back in its nest, and you were kind when you got down from Penny's back to cross the river. I know you will be a good queen. Now it's time to go home." The fairy godmother waved her hands. Poof! At once they were back at the castle. That night was the coronation. Everyone cheered for the brave new queen and her pony. "Hooray for Queen Isabella! Hooray for Penny!" The end.